Okay, I think it is time for TikTok Next Block, the Bitcoin game show that you play for 1 million sats. Who said it in here? Alfredo said, let the sats flow. It's time for the Satoshis to flow. I'm in my Yuletide Ithaca hummus cap here. We got the holiday spirit rolling. What happened this week in Bitcoin? I got no idea, boys and girls, because I've already gotten to the point where I buy some Satoshis every single week, no matter what the price is, and my life just gets better. It's all you need to know, man. It's all you need to know. Now, some news did happen in my own life. This was my first week trying out River. So number 108 JC, great episode. He really likes these guys. I downloaded the app on my phone. I was able to get signed up very easily. I stacked some Satoshis. It felt good. And it's automatically going to buy me some more this Sunday, which I set specifically because it's outside of the normal business operating hours. And one of the wonderful things about Bitcoin is that you can buy it anytime you want. Doesn't have to be 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. So mom, dad, we're going to have you two check out River as well. I think you might enjoy it. It felt a little weird to stack up about 60,000 sats, and then they're still there. They're still on the exchange with River. It, as my son Lion would say, that gives me the ick. So it's a little sketchy, but it's not. And I told JC when it gets up to 1 million sats, I'll pull it off of River into my own self-custody. He thought that was a pretty good number. So we're going to go. We're going to go with that. Check out River if you haven't already. And River, give us a shout out. You might want to sponsor us in the new year. Now, let's jump into the game show here today. It's time to play. So I think we're going to look at that nice little blue, by the way. We're testing out some new designs here, and we like the blue for our thumbnails for our game show. Friday, December 12th. My gosh, I need to go ahead and finish buying gifts, for goodness sakes. Jeffrey Bezos is possibly not going to be able to get me my gifts in time if I'm not, I need to do it today, guys. All right. So River doesn't work in Cuba, Renato, but Bitcoin does. Let's go. Renato, tell me in the chat which platform you use. I did see, Alfredo, that River doesn't work in New York. I do not. I think they have stricter crypto laws, right? But Cash App is just as good to stack sats. Let's go. It absolutely is. And Jack Dorsey is really doing a lot for Bitcoin. All right, so Suleiman is still our very first winner ever of the 1 million Satoshis. We can't wait to see who gets the top prize next. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Here we go. Top 3 players. Suleiman at almost 1.2 million Satoshis and a single win to his name. Candy came back last week to try to jump over Suleiman on the leaderboard. She wasn't able to do it, but she has now gotten close to cracking the 900,000 sat mark. Still hasn't gone any deeper in the game than question number 11. Our boy Dante, he is still proudly holding down the bronze slot at almost, 433K. He's gone to question number 13. Shout out to my dad and to BTC Fanny Packer for getting to the 1 million sats question when they came on the show. If you want to play this game, we do have a special guest backstage who's getting ready to play. But if he goes down in flames, you should jump backstage as well. pull up a different browser, go to satchats.com, click on the button that says be a player on TikTok Next Block. You'll put a couple of pieces of information in that we need to contact you directly with the link to go backstage, and you can be up next. Tell your family and friends as well. We want this Bitcoin game show to be your entertainment destination on Friday mornings, because let's be honest, you're probably just checking email and clearing out your calendar for next week anyways. Might as well win some Satoshis. All I want for Christmas is sats. Let's go. That's kind of all I want for Christmas too, but doesn't make for a very long list. All right, how to play. 14 blocks are between you and 1 million Satoshis. You get 21 seconds to answer them. If you get the question right, you can walk away to keep everything you've earned. If you get it wrong, I'll take you back down to the last question that you got right. I'll cut those Satoshis in half, and you will live to play another day. I do want you to win, so I'm going to give you 3 resources. The first is a hummus break. You can tell me to eat some hummus, and I'll jump into a tub of hummus and crunch on it while you get an extra 28 seconds. You can also go to the chat for consensus and see what they have to say. See if you agree with them like Dante did one time and got it right. See if you disagree with them like Dante did one time and get it wrong. Peer-to-peer will send you to the production room. Reggie is there, Anna Bevan is there, Zara is there. They will help you get the answer right. You can also stack these up in a row if you want to blow them to kind of give yourself as much time as possible. We do have a special move. If you get the question wrong and have all 3 resources intact, you can trade them in to preserve the amount of Satoshis you've won and walk away without getting them cut in half. Or you can turn them in to keep playing the game to see if you can earn even more generational wealth. But if you do so and get the questions wrong, you'll walk away with no Satoshis, 0. Okay? So, a little bit of a strategy there. Sign up to play. Come tell us your story on our flagship Sat Chats. And you can also sponsor the show if you're interested. Email us, show@satchats.com. We're doing a lot of good things here at the world's biggest Bitcoin Welcome Center. All right, so let's bring our special guest in to play today's episode of TikTok Next Block. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about the man, the myth, the legend. Number 8 Keen. This is number 40, Anna Bevan's dad. Okay. Number 79, Ashlyn's husband. We still don't have the son yet, but we're working on him. Edmund, I believe, is the name for that young gentleman. Number 8, Keen, how are you doing?
Man, I'm doing real well. I like the introduction about the myth.
Are you ready to
part?
Are you ready to play the game?
I'm ready to roll. I am ready to roll.
Reggie, see if you can turn Keen up in my ears a little bit so I can hear him better.
All right, I can turn up a little bit.
Oh, there we go. There we go. That's beautiful.
Very good. All right. I just want to say I got the myth part. I got the myth part. I'm bringing the myth.
Yeah, yeah. Do you not feel like a legend yet, Keen? What's going on here? Do we need to pause this show and have a conversation?
It says the man, the myth, and the legend. I embrace the myth.
I like that. I like that.
And I hope I don't miss much today.
Ooh, do you think you're going to make it all the way to the end? What's your level of confidence?
I am aiming for the grand prize.
The grand prize. Okay. Okay. Well, eventually, when we have like 1,000 people in the chat, number one, all of our day ones, you all are going to be some OGs. All right. Senor, Renato, Mom, Alfredo, we see you. We love you. But they're going to be doing sports betting, Keen. In Las Vegas, they're going to be like, all right, today's contestant is Keen. What do we know about him? You know, we're taking bets on how deep into the game he's going to get. There's going to be a whole degenerate gambling culture. off to the side on some other sports betting app for this game, don't you think?
I well, I would not bet the farm.
Or the tobacco drying hut, right? You guys should
That's
watch
right.
number 8's episode if you haven't already. He also came back for his Bitcoin baby update. That was a good episode too. All right, are we ready to play this game here, Keen?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, let's get into it because my guy Renato, my guy from Cuba, is upset about how many picture frames are behind you. So he's
All
letting you
right.
know that he's judging your interior decor, man. I don't know. I don't know. All right,
I got about 8 or 9, 10, 8 or 9, maybe. Well, let's see if I go over here. Those are books. Nah, tell him I need all that stuff for reference.
Plus, I personally like a Dutch wall. When you go into like a Dutch museum, it's walled. They don't put there's no wall space. It's all frames, man. I
Did he see
like that
this?
look.
Did he see this?
Oh, what's going on there? What is that?
That is the top of my cello case.
Okay. You play the cello. Interesting. I did not know that about you.
I have played the cello in my life. Have loved it. That instrument is just, I don't know. It doesn't require a alpha male or alpha female personality to play like the trumpet or the violin does.
Wow.
It can be used by a laid back dude who's not as good as that violinist over there. So that's why I like that instrument.
I like that. And in order to beat Suleiman and his powerful AI weapon, I'm going to have to roll diabolical trivia like that from inside the game into the game's questions. So thank you for that. Let's bring up the first question, Reggie. While we're doing that, if you are in the chat, you can play along as well. The first person to get the answer correct wins 1,000 sats. Anna Bevan is tracking that dutifully. Renato, we will get everyone paid up on the Lightning Network. I think once a month is what we're shooting for, right? And we're getting close to having a leaderboard for the Chatillionaires as well, so that you guys can fight for the alpha male and female status that you need to play the violin or the trumpet. Do you know what I mean? All right, so let's get the questions out here. And we're going to get started with question number 1. All right. What does Sat Chats make? A, Bitcoin content. B, shovels. C, fast food. Or D, the ladies go wild.
A.
I mean, Sat Chats does make the ladies go wild. Are you absolutely sure it's A?
Well, it depends on how many you have, how wild they get. But I'm still sticking with
All
A.
right. A, Bitcoin content is the right answer. Let's go. Okay. Suleiman in the chat. Welcome, brother. Are you ready for question number 2? Here we go. How much can you win on TikTok next block? Is it 1 million sats, 2 million sats, 500 million sats, or 1 billion sats?
Now, I'm going to say it's number 1A, 1 million sats. But the day you offer up a billion, you're liable to break the internet.
Well, let's show them the right answer, Reggie. 1 million sats is correct. If you play TikTok next block, you could win 1 million sats. Suleiman has done it. He's in the chat. 2 million sats, by the way, is what you can win when you subscribe to Sat Chats. So if you have not yet subscribed, figure out where that button is on your phone or your desktop, wherever you're coming to us from, and subscribe so that you can win 2 million sats. 1 billion sats, if there's 100 million Satoshis in a Bitcoin, then I think 1 billion sats would be 10 Bitcoin, right? I think it would be
10 or 100.
100 million up to 1 billion. Yeah, I think it's 10, right?
All right. Yeah, that's
a whole lot of Bitcoin. That would be a wild amount to offer. Okay. All right. Are you ready for question number 3?
Ready.
Okay. All right. So, what do we call computers that run Bitcoin software? Do we call them your mom?
No.
Do we call them elephants,
No.
relays, or nodes?
Well, I can eliminate the elephant and my mom. My mom is not around, so she's not running that. But I would have to say I'm choosing between relays, because I know there is a kind of a relay system that goes on in the background.
Okay.
But I think it's between the nodes. So I'm going to go with the nodes.
Okay. Relaying things between nodes. Okay, so it looked like you were going for C. Are you sure? Are you sure you're going to go with D?
I'm going with D.
With D. Okay, coming in at the last minute with the correct answer. That one was a little tricky. Leave it to the 3 weird sisters to give me the 78-year-old man when I try out a your mom joke. Oh my gosh. Guys, I mean, Santa is watching and I'm doing a your mom joke to a guy. I mean, my mom's not around. That did not land. But yes, nodes are correct. So relays, that one was kind of tricky. If you're running Bitcoin software, then you are a node. There are something like 23 to 25,000 nodes that are all independently operating Bitcoin, the Bitcoin protocol, which is outstanding because it's so resilient. It's so fault tolerant. You can't have like a central server at AWS go down and then you're in trouble. You have a really resilient situation there. Now, relays, I mean, they are relaying information to one another. And on Nostr is kind of like a decentralized messaging platform. Like, think about it as like the Twitter of Bitcoin. Nostr uses relays, so that you can relay messages to one another without any kind of censorship. So a little tricky there. Are you ready for question number 4?
I am.
Okay. And okay, so let's go to it. Here we go. We'll see how you do on this one. Which long-standing United Kingdom insurance market backs Anchor Watch policies? Anchor Watch policies. Is it A, Aviva, B, Prudential, C, Hiscox, or D, Lloyd's of London?
Now, I'm going to say that it's not Prudential. I think that's a U.S.-based thing. Hiscox, never heard of. Aviva probably is a U.S. company, but I know that Lloyd's of London is a UK insurance company. So I'm going with D.
Lloyd's of London is correct. Way to go, Keen. Reg, you might want the music to be a little bit lower during those 21 seconds so that we can hear Keen better. But you're right. I mean, I guess it's right there in the name, Lloyd's of London.
Yeah, that was my hint.
We're still, the first 4 questions are easy, guys. They're easy. All right. Now, not only could you use deductive reasoning like number 8 just did, but also you could send your gringo poppy dog. Come on, family friendly in the chat, man. My mom's in the chat. If you had watched Rob's episode, Rob is the CEO of Anchor Watch. He came on, he told us his Bitcoin story. He told us the story of Lloyd's of London as well, which was super fascinating. So I recommend that episode to everyone. Now, questions 5, 6, 7, and 8 mean that you are entering the medium difficulty tier. Okay. So I don't want you to get stressed out here, Keen, but things are going to dial up a little bit. You still have all three of your resources, the hummus break, peer-to-peer, consensus, right? Which, by the way, whichever one of you is free back there, come bring me a tub just in case Keen decides to throw me into some Ithaca here this morning.
Well, you have no bus, so I got to throw you under the hummus.
Exactly. The hum bus, right? Oh, dude, hummus? Oh my goodness. Did we just create the perfect Yuletide marketing campaign for Ithaca Hummus, starring me as an Ebenezer Scrooge who won't try the Ithaca Hummus? Oh my gosh. Sometimes my creative mind impresses even me. Somebody take this idea and do something with it, because now that I've thought of it and I've solved that problem, it's no longer interesting to me, but someone can do that. Hummus? Oh my gosh. Way to go, me. Put it in the chat if you like that idea. Question number 5, Keen. Are you ready?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Question number 5. And hello to Daniel Bourdon, by the way. We would love to have you come backstage and play this game with us, man. Hopefully your internet got correct up there in Canada. During COVID, by how much did the United States increase its money supply? Is it A, 4%, B, 14%, C, 25%, or D, 40%?
Okay. Right off that, I know that the administration pumped in about $2 or $3 trillion into the economy during COVID. So it's not A for 4%. It's not B, but I am between C and D, and I am going to ask for a chat consensus.
Ooh, okay. So we're going to get the group consensus the same way Bitcoin's protocol searches for that consensus across the network to make sure everyone is doing what they're supposed to be doing, and that any and all upgrades are nice and neat and everyone is agreed. So what I'm seeing here is
4-1.
yes,
D.
on
I'm going
D.
with the consensus.
Okay. D is correct. And way to go, Reggie, getting the chat into the screen. That's what I'm talking about. Senor Gringo Poppy, it's like I've always told you, the production value is going up forever, Laura. All right. 40% increase. Can we just pause? Can we just have a moment of silent, Keen, for a 40% increase in the United States money supply? That is seriously the worst thing ever. That is seriously the worst thing ever. It means that if I saved up $100, go ahead, Zara. You don't got to be shy. If I saved $100 and I'm going to retire, and then the pandemic hits, now I can only get what, $60 worth of
somewhere like that.
I mean, could you imagine retiring right into the moment where your purchasing power is diluted by 40%? I mean, that means you can live 40% less long, right? I mean, that's not cool. That's not cool.
Well, I think it's not just retiring into it. I think it affects everybody. It affects the people that haven't even retired yet because their nest egg became less valuable. It got permanently polluted. And that is an interesting idea. Permanent pollution of savings.
Ooh. Spicy from number 8 this morning, Chatillionaires. Money printing is financial pollution. Ooh,
but it's permanent permanent
Kick.
pollution.
This
Can't
is
clean it up.
This is an oil spill. You know, it doesn't matter how much Dove you have. Them birds are covered in oil and it's over for them. Right, Keen?
Right. No Dawn can help.
No, yeah, that's right. What did I say, Dove? They're not taking bars of white soap out to the Gulf Coast, Keen. They got the blue Dawn dish soap, which, by the way, I've never been able to puzzle out how a petroleum-based product like Dawn dish soap cleans petroleum-based oil off of a bird. How does applying more of the item clean the item of the item? I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't. It doesn't make sense to me. All right. Somebody tell me in the chat how that works. Are you ready for question number 6? It's worth over 100.
I am.
Okay.
I'm there for number 6.
Now you're 78 years old. You haven't turned 79 yet, correct?
No, turn 79 next year.
All right. So you're 78. You should probably get this one. Here we go. Which president took us off the gold standard? Is it Eisenhower, Kennedy, Johnson, or Nixon?
Wow. I'm not positive about this. Take a hummus break for a second.
Hummus break. Okay. You lived through this moment. You were alive. You were alive. How is this?
Well,
how is this one hard?
I don't think it's Johnson. I believe it is Nixon. So I'm going to go with Nixon. As you're thinking about that and chewing on it, I've chewed on it, and I'm saying Nixon.
Okay. All right. Well, something in today's lemon dill must have helped you out because you are correct. It's Nixon. It's Nixon. 1971. Yeah. How old were you in 1971?
1971, I was born in 47, 67. So I was 24.
Ladies and gentlemen of the chat, number 8, Keen, was 24 years old.
Let me tell you a story.
Okay,
my grandfather, I was visiting my grandfather, and he was a good businessman. And he told me that they were going to deregulate gold. Now, it was against the law to own gold. You could own those gold earrings, you could, jewelry and stuff like that, but you could not have your own bar of gold. They had to come in from places like South Africa, on the lowdown. Well, he told me that was going to happen. And I was not smart enough to take my $32 down the road, or my 64, or my 128, or 256, or 512, and buy gold. And that's, I just heard about it from somebody who knew and was not smart enough to take advantage of the opportunity.
And I tell you what, these days, gold is like 3,000 some odd bucks an ounce or whatever it is. I mean, it's appreciated significantly. So listen, folks, number 8, Keen, did not take steps to adopt hard money in his early 20s. And that ended up being not a good idea.
Not smart.
So if you are in your early 20s, adopt hard money now, stack some Satoshis. And by the way, you guys tell me if we have what it takes to throw some coins in the Bitcoin well as well, so that we can get some Satoshis rolling for the people in the audience, because that made me think of that. Stack some Satoshis right now. By the time you're Keen's age, you'll be glad you did. Now.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So it was like, I think it was FDR who made it illegal for you to have your own gold, right? And then it was Nixon who basically said, like FDR, who was not one of the answers here, he was like, Americans can't have gold. Nixon was the one who said, if you're from another country and you're storing your gold with us, you can't get it back, right? So he suspended that here. He took us off the gold standard. All right. Question number 7. This is the halfway point. Keen,
Okay.
are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, here we go. Let's get that question up. I'll wait to read it until we can see it so that we're not having to pay too much attention here. All right. When did number 126 Mike first interact with Bitcoin? Is it A, 2013, B, 2015, C, 2017, or D, 2020?
Wow. I don't think it was 13 or 15. I don't think it's 2020. I'm going to go. I got one thing to lean on, but I'm going to go with C.
C, 2017. Yeah, you actually still have 2 resources if you're not confident. You've got no. You did the hummus break. You did, yeah. So you could only send it to peer to peer. Yeah.
One left.
Okay. All right. So you're just gonna guess here and try to keep your resource intact. Is that correct?
Yep, exactly.
That risk paid off, Keen. 2017 is correct.
All right.
So
all right.
you took a risk. You now have the reward. It's 192,000 Satoshis. Number 126, Mike. I recommend everyone watch his episode. He has been going deep into Bitcoin for years now and basically had nobody to talk to. So he decided to come on our show so that he could talk to somebody about Bitcoin. And he really impressed us with the steps he took to basically go all in on a Bitcoin standard, see a lot of success from that, and then start to use his Bitcoin as collateral, to get fiat currency and use that for his expenses without having to sell his Bitcoin. I mean, it was absolutely fantastic. So now we're at the halfway mark. Okay. This is like the 7th inning stretch. Let's see if we can get some Satoshis for all of our chatillionaires who are playing along faithfully in the chat. We're going to bring up Bitcoin Well. This is an exchange where you can take your Satoshis directly into your own custody. Okay. You can't leave it with them on the exchange the way I've left some Satoshis with River. Pull out your Lightning wallets, scan this QR code, and you will be the person who gets 463 Satoshis. One day that's going to be worth $463. Let's throw another coin into the well, Reggie. If you go to bitcoinwell.com/satchats, you can create an account with this exchange, and they will give you 2 of these coins that you can toss in for your chance at 1 million sats. I mean, if you get ultra lucky, you could get 2 million Satoshis out of nowhere for signing up through our affiliation link. This exchange works in the United States and Canada. So sorry, Renato. We will search for an exchange sponsor that works in all sorts of different countries. Am I right? All right. So my mom has been wanting those Satoshis very badly. Hopefully you got to scan them in time, Mom. 700, 800 Satoshi break here. This is the last question in the medium difficulty tier. You've only got 1 resource left. So how are you feeling, Keen? Confident? Are you ready for the next question? Or do you want to walk away with the 192,000 Satoshis?
No. Look, I still got one peer-to-peer thing. I'm not going to walk away leaving resources on the table.
Okay. I like that.
I got resources.
Yeah.
And I kind of went on thin ice there for a little while. And it's okay. The ice held, and I'm
Yep.
still playing.
You're stabilized.
Yes.
And you're not going to do like my mom did, where she lost the game with resources
No, no,
still
no.
intact that she
No,
could
I
have
don't want to do
used.
that.
We're not going to do that. Okay.
No,
Question
no.
number 8. It's worth 243,000 Satoshis plus. I'm going to wait for it to come up on the screen here so everyone can see which specific ASIC model did number 128 Daniel show on camera during his episode of Sat Chats. Is it A, the What's Miner M30S, B, the Antminer S7, C, the Antminer S9, or D, the Antminer S19 Pro?
All right. I'm already going to tell you. I'm going to go to the peer-to-peer, my last resource, because I don't know which ant meter is going on here.
Which
What's miner
anteater?
is not what ant eater, ant miner. So I got to go to a peer-to-peer.
Okay, let's crack the peer-to-peer resource. This one is pretty dang tricky. All right. I mean, this question truly is the top end of the medium difficulty range. You would have needed to be watching our show faithfully for the past couple of weeks to remember Daniel's episode. Great episode. He showed us a miner that he used to mine Bitcoin with. So we're going to go to Reggie. We're going to go to Anna Bevan. We're going to go to Zara. Hand that to me real quick. Okay. Let show. Well, you may not be confident on camera. You may not want to show yourself on camera.
I see that there's a kind of a consensus on C.
C. Yes. And they're saying C. Yes. And I'm seeing C on the chat as well.
I'm going to go with C because otherwise I'm stuck in the ants. So I'm going to go with C.
All right, C. The Antminer S9 is correct. He used to mine Bitcoin, but then that machine got a little too slow, a little too old. So we're gonna move on to question.
Do you remember how long he mined Bitcoin?
I think he did it for a year or maybe 2. And he actually said that if he had just dollar cost averaged into Bitcoin over that same time, he would have had more Bitcoin. So these days, you know, Bitcoin mining is an industrial undertaking, and you need to be investing in some serious specialized computers in order to solve enough blocks to win enough Bitcoin to cover your operational cost and continue along. Best thing anyone can do these days, if you're like me, is to go get a bit axe and plug it into the wall socket in your laundry room. Let that sucker whir away. And every 10 minutes, you get a little lottery ticket. You might win. You probably won't, but you might, you know. Chappie estimates that there is there's 31 years between me and actually winning a block with my little miner. And the closest I've ever got to solving a puzzle was 126,000 of a problem difficulty. So probably not going to make it. But if I did make it, I don't know. And you can win. If I did, that would be insane, right? All right.
Sounds like it's better to go buy a lottery ticket.
Well, no, it's better to, no, definitely not. It's better to buy a bit axe and get, I mean, I get 665 billion lottery tickets a second with my bit axe. It's just that the difficulty of the mining problem is so huge that 665 billion guesses a second for 10 minutes straight is nowhere near good enough. But it does happen, and we can see on the blockchain where these little tiny miners actually win. And then all 3.125 Bitcoin belong to you. It would be insane. So
Yeah.
that's what I would recommend. Question number 9 for you, Keen. Are you ready
All
to
right.
make it happen here? Because now this is now hard. 9, 10, 11, and 12. This is hard mode. Here we go. 308,000 Satoshis. In the Bitcoin white paper's proof of work section, Satoshi cites a system similar to PBFT, Hashcash, BitGold, or Raft.
You broke up. Hashcash? No, that's hokey. Raft.
PBFT,
I'm gonna
Hashcash,
go-
BitGold, or Raft. Yeah.
I'm going with C. I mean, I'm out of resources, but I'm going to go with C. But wait a minute. Hashcash. No, I'm going to go with B.
B. Okay. Hashcash is correct. Okay. Now, the hash in Hashcash is not your 24-year-old 1971, anti-Vietnam War mode, which is as far as I'll go, family friendly. The hash in Hashcash stands for hashing, which is where, and you're a technical guy, that's where you take a set of information and you send it down a one-way street to get a unique string that represents the information inside. You're hashing information in order to encrypt it, to secure it, to verify it, right? Hashcash was developed by Adam Back, and effectively it meant that your computer had to do some work in order to create that money. But the problem with Adam Back's Hashcash, the reason why it didn't go the distance, I'm learning through this book called the Genesis book, computers get more and more powerful over time, don't they, Keen? You've seen that firsthand yourself.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. I mean, my phone is, 1,000 times more powerful than the early PCs were. It's just extraordinary how much power has been added to computing in
Yeah.
my hand. In my hand.
So with Adam Back's Hashcash, people could see that over time it would become increasingly easy to do the work of hashing that creates Hashcash. So they could look down the line and say computers are going to get so powerful that we will eventually flood the market with proof of work Hashcash, thereby inflating it into worthlessness, right? But with Bitcoin, Satoshi figured out how to increase the difficulty about once every 2 weeks in order to keep up with the computing power.
Yeah.
So that you don't get to flood the market with Bitcoin as computers get stronger and stronger. It still takes about 10 minutes a block. Fascinating business there. Okay. So question number 10 is worth 389,000 Satoshis. You can walk away now with the 308 that you have earned, or you can keep going. You have no more resources to help you. What's it going to be?
I know. I'm going to take one more shot for sure. I mean, for right now, as I'm making this, I'm going one more shot.
Okay. One more shot. By the way, Renato, I have super strong muscles everywhere in my body. I can drink as much as I want, and we're not going to have any problems. Okay. Plus, it's thirsty work. It's thirsty work playing a Bitcoin trivia game. Here we go. Question number 10 is worth almost 390,000 Satoshis.
Yep.
Number 128, Daniel, first encountered Bitcoin in 2011 by way of Mount Gox, the Silk Road, Twitter, or Coinbase?
Okay. I'm going to eliminate A and I'm going to eliminate D. Coinbase is more recent. Twitter, I don't think it was. So I'm going to go with the Silk Road by eliminating what I think. I think there are decent chances that I've eliminated well.
Okay, decent chances. The Silk Road is correct. Good job. He did see that Bitcoin was part of how you bought things on the Silk Road. He actually thought it was the Silk Road's money. He didn't know that Bitcoin was separate and being used by the Silk Road. He thought it was like the native currency of that platform. And he felt like there's no way the government isn't going to shut this down. So I'm out. And he was right about Silk Road. He was wrong about Bitcoin. Really good episode, by the way, y'all. I was in YouTube's analytics and they show me he didn't buy anything, Daniel. I think he thought it was a CIA honey trap. So he stayed off the Silk Road. But Bitcoin was showing me like key moments in different episodes that our audience felt was really good. And it highlighted minute 8 of Daniel's episode all the way to minute 50, like 42 minutes of like dead on banger key moments. I mean, let's go. Let's go number 128. Search up his episode after this and watch it. It's a good one. All right, Keen,
let me ask a question. Let me ask a question. The computers that make up the Bitcoin repository that relay information back and forth, where are most of them?
That is a good question. My understanding is that the computers are spread out around the world. I mean, I would assume that the United States has a healthy number of nodes, and somewhere like Kathmandu probably doesn't. But I think pretty much anywhere you have good, clean internet connections, you've got nodes running the Bitcoin protocol. And there are satellites in outer space that are doing it as well. I mean, it's everywhere, Keen. You really are not going to be able to take down the Bitcoin network. We won, y'all. We won. People just don't know it yet. Okay. Now, are you ready to try to win with question number 11?
Yep, I'm ready to win.
Okay, here we go. Let's see if you can get past this one. Which meetup did number 127 Rob Hamilton go to in early 2014 to learn about Bitcoin? Did he go to A, the NYC Bit Devs, B, the SF Bit Devs, C, the Austin Bit Devs, or D, the LA Bit Devs?
Wow. Now I'm just going to, the only hint I have in my experience is NYC. And the reason I say that is I remember when computer shows were in the Javits Center, and they filled every single square foot that they could do. The Javits Center. So NYC, I know, really had a very big capacity for computer people of all kinds of different ideas. And it was amazing to me to see the number of ideas that were there. I was working in the newspaper business at that time, and it was just a 10-block walk away, and I was astounded. So I am going to go with the only kind of background I've got, which is A, New York City.
New York City Bit Devs. This is like Who Wants to Be a Slumdog Millionaire, where you just happen to have life experiences that inform the correct answer for every question, because NYC Bit Devs is correct. Very nice. Rob would go to NYC Bit Devs, learn about Bitcoin. He found that he very often had more technical knowledge than the people in the room, so he would get up and speak, and that's how he got the what do you mean we just gave the answer? How do we do that? All right, so very good. All right, now it's getting tougher now.
Yep, it is. I feel like I'm out there. I'm out there risking what's going on. I know if I miss the next one, you cut it and I drop back to this level and then cut it in half.
Yeah.
But I've taken a couple of free swings here. And have hit the ball.
You have. So you're up to almost 500,000 Satoshis. But if you go to question number 12 and get it wrong, you're not going to get 500,000. You're going to drop down to like 300.
Yeah. 300 or 300. Okay.
300,000. 300,000. Yeah. Not 300 Satoshis. Not 300 Satoshis. That would be rough. Okay. Here we go. Are you ready for question number 12 then?
You might as well give me question 12.
Okay. Here we go. All right,
May Reggie, it not be a 100-mile-an-hour pitch.
Yeah, here we go. Which of these is not a type of money? Is it A, registry, B, receipt, C, fiat, or D, commodity?
A type of money. All right. I don't know about registry. A receipt doesn't make sense. Fiat, we talk about fiat money all the time. Commodity is what I'm thinking. Well, let's see.
Time's up.
All right, I'm going to go with I'm going to swing at A.
Swing
at the first pitch.
The first Registry is correct. It is not a type of money, okay? Fiat money is your US dollar. Commodity money is Bitcoin and gold. Receipt money is where you put something like gold into a bank and they give you a paper money that is a receipt for that deposit. It's like a backed form of fiat, right? Registry is not a type of money. It's not a type of money.
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking. The other ones were, in my mind, cousins of money, but this guy is not related to money.
Yeah, get out of here, registry. Get out of here, registry. Okay. All right. Daniel, we will see you later, brother. Go ahead and sign up to be on this show. Come play with us. Come tell us your Bitcoin story. Tell all your friends and family, okay? Give them a subscription to Sat Chats for Yuletide this year. We'll see you next week, Daniel. Are you ready for question number 13, Keen, or are you ready to walk away?
Now, let me just tell you that in New York City, there are many buildings that have floors that go 10, 11, 12, 14. There is no 13th floor on many buildings. So that because of the superstition in the minds of builders and architects. So I realized I'm on slippery slope here.
This question could be haunted. Do you have what it takes?
I don't know. You got to throw it up on the screen.
All right, here we go. Question number 13, Reggie, and number 8's going far here. Let's go. What do you call splitting one private key into shares so any two of three can recreate it? Is it A, multi-sig, B, tap root, C, pay join, or D, Shamir's secret sharing?
Well, since I don't know, I'm not going to say taproot, and pay join doesn't make any sense to me. Shamir's secret sharing sounds like a sauce for a burger. So I'm going to say multi-sig.
Multi-sig. Okay, no resources left. Let's lock it in. Reggie, show him the right answer. It's the burger sauce. It is the burger sauce, man. When I was writing this question, I knew Shamir's secret sharing was going to sound so silly that people were going to feel like there's no way it could be correct. But that
That's
is,
me.
in fact, the correct answer. Multi-sig is about creating more than one private key, not splitting a single private key into more pieces. So
Well, at
very
least I
interesting
was
there.
thinking, okay.
You were there. Multi-sig is kind of the opposite of Shamir's secret sharing.
Sauce.
It's Shamir's secret burger sauce. Okay.
I'm going to remember this Shamir's secret sauce.
So what you'll do then, Keen, is you will drop back to question number 12, which was worth 624,000 Satoshis. We will chop that in half and send you on your way with 312,000 Satoshis, which is about $300. Not a bad haul for less than an hour's worth of work. Is there anything that you'd like to say to the brand new Bitcoiner who is listening to today's Bitcoin game show?
Well, one of the things that I feel I hear and I'm learning is that this bank cannot be robbed. And that's one of the few banks on the planet that cannot be robbed. Even the movie Goldfinger kind of had Fort Knox being robbed with the idea of a nuclear blast that would contaminate all the gold for umpty-ump years. I just think that's one of the things. And the other thing is, I'm watching sats go down and up and down and up, but over time, sats have done very, very well.
Let's go. You cannot rob Bitcoin, folks.
That's all I got.
Let's go. Well, Keen, thank you for playing today. We will wrap up this show with another coin toss or two into the Bitcoin well. We'll see you later on, number 8. You are the man. By the way, everybody, Goldfinger has my favorite James Bond theme song. One of the lyrics is Goldfinger. He's a cold finger. Dude, what? Goldfinger, he's a cold finger? What is this song? You guys go back to Goldfinger and listen to that song. It is like point blank. I don't know if it's great or bad or what. Goldfinger, he's a cold finger. Let's pull up bitcoinwell.com. Again, if you're in the United States or Canada, you can buy real Bitcoin. You can stack it directly into your own wallet. bitcoinwell.com/satchats. Shout out to number 103 Adam and to Conrad. 574 sats. We got spoiled because earlier this year we dropped a coin in, and of course you can win up to 1 million Satoshis. You get 2 coins when you sign up through .com/satchats, and it popped 210,000 sats. And we got really excited about that. Pull out your Lightning wallet, scan that code. Reg, let's throw in one more, and then I will need to tell Conrad to refill our dang points. Okay. We actually have one more coin toss that we can do if this one is 668 sats. You need 500 points per coin. I can see we have 550 still in the well. Let's throw one freaking more into this well. Let's yeet all our Bitcoin well points in. Somebody hit big for me, man. We've barely cracked the 2,000 Satoshi mark through these boys. Get in there, Conrad. Come on, bro. 389. Yo, dude, they changed their percentage chances, man. They're driving you down to the small end, man. I'm saying, man, where are them big pops at? All right. Well, you know what? Every sat counts. Get every single Satoshi you can into your own wallet. Subscribe. Oh my gosh, I'm seeing on the screen that Alfredo finally dethroned my mom. He is our top chatillionaire today with 6 correct answers, 6,000 Satoshis to his name. Congratulations, Alfredo. My mom is going to be angry on tonight's phone call with her and dad. Somebody had to do it eventually. Remember to subscribe to Sat Chats. We are building the world's biggest Bitcoin welcome center with brand new episodes every single weekday on YouTube at 11 a.m. The more that you as a subscriber watch our episodes, engage with them, like, comment, share, the more YouTube will say, hey, this looks like Bitcoiners enjoy it. Let's show it to more people. Together, we as a group of satillionaires can grow the world's biggest Bitcoin welcome center. I need your help. Find me guests, find me players, find me sponsors, find me some Satoshis because I'll take them and give them away to the next guy. It is now time for me to go have lunch with my wife. Stay tuned for Larry Lepard's episode Tuesday.